For so many years, I always was expecting the worst case scenario in my life. I spent so much time for every plan I had. No matter what I tried or what I wanted to do, I always started to think about what could go wrong and how will it go wrong and how could I prepare myself for this disaster, or what if it's going wrong? What will I do? And the thing was, I kept attracting so much bad experiences, so many selfish people in my life which mistreated me, abused me, and yeah, I was really struggling, and I had a hard time to believe that it has actually something to do with myself, with how I think, how I feel, and because most of the time when someone treated me wrong, I said, "You are wrong, you treat me wrong, so I am the victim and I'm right. You are wrong." Right? So that's the normal thing to do, or what many people do. And it was hard for me at some point to take responsibility for how I think and feel. I was really skeptic about if it made a difference if I feel good or bad about something. For example, if I start a new project and I started with a lot of fear and doubt, I thought, yeah, that's my current feeling, but it has nothing to do with the outcome. That was my old way of thinking. But over many years, over the last 15 years, I learned how I think and how I feel has definitely something to do with the outcome of my project, of my idea, of my trip, of whatever. And it influences also other people. And so I learned about more about this concept of manifestation and how we create or select our reality. We are all co creators, but still, we are all connected to each other. And that's the reason why I want to share today another travel story. It randomly popped up in my head, and I want to share it because one of the reasons is because I noticed that I start to forget it. I never think about this story, but it's actually a funny story. And for me, it has a lot to do with what intention, with which energy I go into a project, into a relationship, into a road trip, whatever it may be. So let's get straight into it because I don't want to make it too long. It was a few years ago, it was 2019. I was already 2 years in South America, in Paraguay. And I started to get a little bit tired of this country. I had to work really hard and under very harsh conditions, and I barely had money. I managed to save over the last months like $1,500. Not very much, especially for how much effort I was putting in. I will, yeah, that's another story. So I had not a lot of money, and but I got tired of this country a little bit. I needed some fresh air. I wanted to go on a trip. So I connected with a friend of mine in Europe. She told me she wants to go on a road trip and I should join her. And I thought, that's a pretty nice idea. I would love to to spend some time anywhere else. Europe is nice, and maybe we can travel a little bit. But the thing is, just to go, the thing was just to go to Europe, I had to spend like $1,000 for the flight tickets to go to Europe and back to South America. And it was a very spontaneous trip. So yeah, I didn't had so many time to plan it, and I had the idea, and I had to buy straight the flight tickets. So I was searching for some flight tickets, and usually I'm always lucky with flying. It's a passion of mine. I love it. I know every time I fly, it's always will be great. It's I have zero doubt about it, no matter where I go. But not this time. I tried to find a good, cheap, fast flight to Europe, but because it was so spontaneously, I couldn't find anything. I just found a very shitty flight. I had to change the plane like 3 times just to go to Europe. And usually it takes me like 18 hours to go from Europe to South America, non-stop. But this time I just had this flight from Paraguay to Argentina, from Argentina to Brazil, from Brazil to Spain, from Spain to Holland, to Amsterdam. And I thought, no way, that's crazy. It would took me like nearly 3 days. That's a crazy amount of time because I had to spend like 8 to 12 or 14 hours at every airport to wait on my connection flight. Absolutely horror. That's you don't want to do that. That's the stupidest thing to do, even if you want to save money. That doesn't make sense because waiting on an airport for over 10 hours, it's so expensive. The drinks, the food, it's uncomfortable and it's exhausting. It will fuck up your trip. So, but I had no other possibility. So I bought it. And yeah, I was so looking forward to meet my friend and to spend an amazing time. I knew it would be awesome. I didn't have exactly a plan what we will do, some kind of a road trip or whatever. I just knew would it will be amazing. And I had a lot of great feelings inside of me. Bliss, joy, gratitude, excitement. It was perfect. So I started on the first flight from Paraguay to Argentina, Buenos Aires. I landed in Buenos Aires and I had to wait my first 8 hours. And I got this feeling, holy Jesus, that's gonna be a really rough trip. That doesn't feel right. That doesn't feel right. But I kept the faith, I kept the belief that everything will work out perfectly and that it will be amazing. I was on the airport in Buenos Aires and I didn't knew the airport so well, and I started to look for a place to spend the next 8 hours. I was checking out everything, but everything seems very expensive. And as I was about to give up, I found this Hard Rock Cafe, this international thing. I'm sure many of you know this Hard Rock cafes. And I thought, okay, that's like the cheapest option. And I saw they had really nice seats there, very comfortable. So I went in, I ordered something to drink, I charged my phone, and yeah, I just waited. After an hour, I got hungry, I ordered something to eat. Another Hour went by, and yeah, I started to get bored, really bored and tired. It was in the middle of the night, and the cafe was empty. I was the only one. At one point, two, three guys came in, but just for a minute. So I was alone by myself, sitting there already like 3 hours. And after 3 hours, a woman walked in. And I immediately noticed her because she had some problem with her leg. She couldn't walk very well. And she was passing me, and I looked at her face, and I noticed something strange. And I looked very close at her, and I noticed she were blinded one eye. She had yeah, this condition with her leg, couldn't walk very well, and she couldn't see very well, just on one eye. And she sat down next to me, and we were sitting there. And after 30 minutes or something, she started a conversation with me. She asked me where I'm from, where I'm going, what I'm doing, and yeah, we started a nice conversation. And after a little bit, she asked me if I could buy her something to drink. And yeah, I always had problems to say no to people. I was always a people pleaser, and yeah, it was difficult for me to set boundaries for myself and towards other people, but it's extremely important. But sometimes, yeah, sometimes my mind says, okay, that's time to say no. You, especially when I'm financially struggling, it's not the best time to support other people financially. So my mind was saying, not the best time to help her, but my intuition said, yeah, just do it. Just do it. Spend some time with her and make the best out of the situation. You have to wait anyway, and so time is going by faster. Maybe it's a win win. So I bought her something to drink. We were talking and talking, and after a while, she asked me if I could buy her a meal. She was so hungry, and she told me she had no money, and she's waiting for someone. And yeah, it was a crazy story. I didn't believe her. I thought she was homeless, and she just came into the airport at night to spend some time there, and in the hope of getting food and drinks from someone. And she was lucky. She found me. So I thought like, oh man, I don't have enough money for myself. What the heck is happening? Doesn't feel right, or my mind was going crazy. But I thought, yeah, or my intuition told me, okay, just do it. I bought her a meal. She was enjoying it. We were talking the next hour and the next hour, and then she wanted something to drink more, and I become a little bit upset with her because I thought I already bought so much stuff for you. Why can't you be happy with what you have and show some gratitude, or I don't know. And so I also told her I have to leave 1 hour before my flight goes. I have to find the terminal, the gate. I don't know where I had to go. I don't know the airport. And she told me, don't worry, I will bring you there at the right time. And I thought, okay, okay, blind lady. That's nice. Sounds good. And yeah, we were talking and talking. She enjoyed her meal. She finished, and we are getting closer to the last 1 hour before my flight goes. And I started to wave at the waiter to bring me the bill. The waiter was coming, and I told him, "Man, please bring me the bill. I want to pay, and I pay everything, the drinks and the food for her." And it was this moment where she asked me again. She asked me, "Can you do me a last favor?" And I was falling deep. I got a little bit mad. I got angry and I got mad at her, and I didn't say anything, but it really bothered me. And I asked her, "What is it?" She said, "I would really, really love to have some ice cream. Could you do me a favor and buy me ice cream?" And I thought, what the heck is happening? You already had everything, a full meal, 2 or 3 drinks, and I guess I already also told her that I not in my best financial situation at the moment. But she asked me, and I got so mad. I couldn't communicate it because I was about to explode. So I couldn't say anything. I just was started to shake a little bit, and I thought, okay, to get out as fast as possible out of this situation, I will buy this freaking ice cream for her, and then I hope to never see her again. So I told the waiter, "Bring her ice cream now, please, and bring me the bill. I need to leave." He went for the ice cream, brought the ice cream she was eating, and he tried to make the bill. 5 minutes passed, 10 minutes passed, and I asked him, "Man, what's happening? I need to leave. Give me the bill, please." "Yeah, I have some troubles with my advice." He had like this electronic device to print out the bill, and it was not working. So I said, "Man, hurry up. I need to leave now." Because if I would miss that flight, I would lose $1,000 already spent, and I couldn't afford new tickets. So I would be completely stuck, and my friend in Europe would be very mad at me because we already planned parts of our trip and booked a hotel or booked a space in Amsterdam. So I told him, "Hurry up, man. Get this freaking bill now." And he went away and he came back with a new advice to print out the bill. And after 5 or 10 minutes, it's working, and he handed me the bill and also a paper. And he told me, "My boss told me I should ask every client for a review, how you enjoyed the stay here, the food, the drinks, and everything." And I looked at him and I said, "Man, that you can't be serious. I don't have time for this." And he was talking and talking and talking. And in the meantime, I guess her name was Alice. Alice finished up her ice cream, and I said, "Yeah, sorry, I can't do that. I paid everything, and I took my phone charger, my phone, and everything, and I was ready to leave." And I said to Alice, "Thank you for the time, for this conversation. I wish you all the best. I have to go now." And she said, "Wait a minute, stop. You don't know where you are going. You don't know where the gate is. You will not make it because it just was like 30 minutes left to my gate, something like that. And it was a big airport." and I had really no idea where to go. So she said again, "Come with me, I bring you there." So we started to walk towards the gate. As we are going, I nearly lost myself. She was going so slow. She couldn't go faster because of her leg, and she just had one eye. So I trusted this blind lady, which couldn't walk, to bring me to my terminal. And I was criticizing myself and asking myself, why you just can't say no? Just say no and go, do your own thing. Why do you need to always help? And I was close to, yeah, to lose faith, and my energy started to drop. And we were going, walking, 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 and eventually, at one point, we get to the right gate, and there was this counter, with the flight attendant. And there was nobody there, just two or three flight attendants and working there. And I handed them my boarding pass, my ticket, or my ticket to get the boarding pass. And she told me, she looked at me and at my ticket, and she told me, "Man, no way, the boarding is already closed. You can't get on this plane." And I looked at her and I said, "Please, please, please do something. Please help me out. I need to catch this flight. I need to go to Amsterdam." And she, that's not easy. I will try to call them if they can, if I can let you in. It will take some minutes. And yes, she tried and made a call, and I handed her all my tickets. I had like three tickets for all the connection flights. And she made the call and talked to someone. And after a while, she hung up the phone and told me again, no chance. The plane is gone. And I saw the plane taking off, and I was still with Alice. Alice was standing next to me, and she started to feel also very uncomfortable and sad for me. And I was nearly losing it, seeing all this money wasted, and my friend in Europe, and I I didn't know what to do anymore. And this flight attendant, she had all my three tickets, and she left. And I was standing there now without any ticket, without anything, just with Alice. And I tried to. I was in a completely in a strange country. I never wanted to stay in Argentina. I just was a connection flight. I was planning how to get back to Paraguay or to another country. My mind was messed up. I was waiting there, and after 10 minutes, this flight attendant came back. And I noticed she had just one ticket in her hand, but I gave her three tickets. So I felt like something is wrong. And she came to me and she said, "Look," she handed me this ticket and she said, "This plane is gone, but I did everything I could to make this happen. This is a ticket from Buenos Aires, from Buenos Aires in Argentina, directly to Amsterdam, Holland. It's yours. I give it to you for free because I want to help you." And that was crazy. Now I felt surrounded by angels. That was really a crazy feeling. I was so happy and grateful. I never expected this to happen. This one ticket alone would have cost me over $2,000. It was uh, it was instead of taking three different planes, I got this ticket a direct flight to Amsterdam. And I had enough time to easily board this plane. And I also saw it was a seat next to the window. How I fly every time. This is how I fly every time. I always have, and I imagine this all the time, and I know it that I always will have a seat at the window, and I always will have enough time, and everything will work out. And exactly when I was about to completely lose hope, this beautiful woman gave me this golden ticket. And the best thing, it was like a window place, and the seat next to me was free. I had so much space, I felt like in business class. That was so freaking amazing. I was so glad. And I arrived earlier, much, much earlier than I expected in Amsterdam. So I could spend more time there, and it was an amazing time. It was so fun. And all because of this blind woman which couldn't walk properly. Man, this was so funny. So, my message for today is keep your faith, trust, and know what you want. Know that everything will work out perfectly, even if it seems to fail, even if it's not working out. If it's not working out, maybe there is something better to come. It's easy to get frustrated and to get filled up with negativity and hate and frustration. Focus on your energy. How you feel matters. It's crucial. It's the most important thing. I'm not a believer anymore in manifestation. I know manifestation is a real thing, and how we manipulate things and situation constantly with our energy. And yeah, that was such a great example for myself, and to keep the faith and to stay positive no matter what. Even, yeah, that was so strange because everything seemed to fail. This blind woman wanted so much food and stuff and money from me. The waiter couldn't print the bill or couldn't bill me. So there there were some obstacles, and I was running out of time. I didn't saw it coming because I was there for 8 hours. I could have I had enough time to figure out where the gate is and stuff like that, but I waited till the last 2 hours, and the last 2 hours everything happened so fast. Everything went in the wrong direction, but it was actually the right direction. And yeah, like I said, it was a funny story. I had the it was one of the craziest trips I ever had. The start of a really nice trip. And yes, so already too long. Thank you so much for spending time with me. If you want to support my channel, hit the like button, and you could write the word traveling in the comment section. It will truly help me out with the algorithm. It likes the interaction, and I also like to read your comments and interact with you. Also, feel free to write anything down below, down below. And yeah, as always, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much, and see you in the next video.